What's up guys? Just as I'd promised in my last vid, here is the first episode of my new series. The main objective of the series is to obtain all the 84 scales needed to make full Sirenic myself and then make and use it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Except the rule is that I can only kill legions, level 95 slayer mini bosses from the Monastery of Ascension to obtain these scales. That means that while I do this, I'll gain signets as well, and so the other outcome of this series, although it's not an objective, is that I'll probably make several Ascension crossbows by the time I get 84 scales, so I'll be able to collect a lot of data to give you guys statistics as I go along, which many people are keen to know about. These include the actual drop rates of signets, scales, and the average profit or loss per bow made, all of which should be pretty accurate if I make a decent amount of bows by the end of the episode. I know JMods have confirmed stuff like drop rates of scales and signets, but I'll try to find out whether it's actually true in this series. So as you can see, the kills went too fast because I could only use dual chaotics because all my cash was spent on investing in the keys, but devotion plus rapid fire made things far too easy, especially with the harder bosses like Quintus, I'd say. One tip I'd probably give is to stay as close to the legions as possible to do the most damage possible, especially when you use devotion, so you can go in melee distance when you use devotion. Of course, you also need to keep in mind that you've got to keep hitting and running, and don't use rapid fire unless you've devoted or debilitated if you really want to risk it, but I'd just do it when you're devoted. So the outcome was that I made 2 bows this episode, and you can see some of the stats in the background relating to that. Everything was going fine for the first bow, except that Quintus made me spend half my bank to get the signet. If I got that one early, I would have made a ton more profit, but oh well. I'm not complaining because I sold the bow at a very high price, so turned a potentially break-even situation into a 50 mil profit one. In my last series with the legendary sumo of Seren, the least number of keys I spent for a signet was 34, so it was really nice to see that 4 of my 6 this time round were even better than that. Anyway, my second crossbow was amazingly good, with only 186 keys used, would you believe it, and a whopping 116 mil profit. Boy was I happy after this one, especially since I got my secondus signet in only my second kill. Haha, like the pun there? No, but that was actually true. I mean, I've been hearing all these stories from my friends and you guys about getting insanely lucky at the legions, and this was probably the first time it started to happen to me. So here are the totals and averages, which I'll keep updating every episode, guys, and this is probably going to be the most important outcome of the series. As you can see, so far I've made 85 mil profit per bow and only used up 38.5 keys per signet I got, which is much less than a 1 in 64 drop rate that was confirmed by Mod Timbo. I expect this to get closer to the average by the time I finish, which means that there's plenty of bad luck up ahead, although I hope not. But so far so good, can't complain about 170 mil profit in just 2 bows made though. So yeah. So to finish up, let's check how our primary objective is going. As you can see, we're a quarter of the way there with 21 scales, but what's worrying is how wildly off the drop rate is from the 1 in 8 that Modley claimed in one of the patch notes videos. Before I decided to make this into a series, I still wanted to make full Sirenic for myself, but I thought I'd get the 84 scales in just 2 bows because I believed in a 1 in 8 drop rate, so obviously that wouldn't have been a very long series. I decided to make it into a series believing it may take a while after seeing that I only got 21 after 2 bows, which is wildly off the 96 I should have got if the drop rate was to be believed. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the rest of the series though, and hopefully I don't get the 84 scales too quickly for the same reason, so that I can make enough bows to get pretty accurate averages as well. But hey, at the end of the day, life's a spinning roulette, so you never know what's going to happen, I guess. Please do let me know if you liked this episode down below, guys. Now time to go and put these dual ascensions to very good use indeed. Hee hee.